Hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Pater with you. You know, opportunities present themselves in terms of being educational moments all the time on a farm and a farmstead, okay? Not all the time can you film them. Not all the time do you look like something that you would want to be on camera. So as I'm working, I've come back in and I am putting on chili for dinner. Okay, so I've got the ground beef already cooked, blah, 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 blah. And this is something, ironically, that has been brought up just this past week in my homesteading group on Facebook, okay? Love you guys in there, my gals and guys, okay? Guys and dolls, right? So we've been talking about canning. We've been talking about the safety of canning, items that should or should not be canned, and proper canning procedures. I want to talk about why it is important that you store your canned goods a particular way. If you caught the harvest rack video that I did for Gardener Supply, I kind of hit on that, okay? I'm going to show you what I'm talking about and why these safety rules, regulations, blah, blah, blah exist. I totally understand what Mamaw did 150 years ago or 100 years ago once canning came into really big fashion. But you know what? They did what they knew to do and they did what they could. There's a lot of things that we should do now because we are better educated on this particular subject, right? So let's use the common sense that God and Granny did give us. Let me show you what I'm talking about here, okay? Okay, so let me start with the good side of all of this, okay? So I've just grabbed a towel, and I mean, this is impromptu, but this is critical, people, okay? I'm taking the time away from my fencing in order to do this. You need to know. When you store your canned goods, I don't care if it's in your cellar, in your pantry, on the moon, under your bed, in your closet, in your underwear drawer. Listen to what I'm telling you, okay? Do not, first and foremost, leave the rings on. Now, a lot of folks will tell you that's because it will bust the seal, okay? Okay, well, maybe so. Leave it right there. Another big no is to take your jars, whether they have the ring on or not, hopefully they don't have the rings on, for crying out loud, and to stack them like this. That is a no. Now, what some people do, listen to me, what some people do is they'll individually stack these items and then they will put something even across the top, like a piece of cardboard or maybe a piece of thin plyboard, or you know what's really good to do? You know those boxes that you get all these pretty little jars in, is to put them, once you've canned your item, put them back down into those ball canning jar boxes, those cardboard boxes, put them down in their individual little spaces, and then you can stack 2 to 3 boxes on top. Why? Because it leaves the space from the pressure hitting down onto your jars, which should not have the rings on. Capiche? Okay. Why? Some people, like I told you, will say, well, that's so you don't get the rust and the yuck and you bust the seal and all of that. Well, that is true. You don't want to bust the seal because you want to stay in the standards of safety, what is safe and quality for, your foods that you're going to be eating. Let me show you this. Do you see that? Do you? I know you do. Watch this. This has not been opened by me. Not. N-O-T. There you go. Here is why you do not stack your jars on top of each other. Number one, well, back up. You don't leave the ring on your jars, okay? Because if you have a false seal, and they happen because you didn't clean your jars properly, you didn't go through the proper cleaning, didn't go through the proper water or pressure bathing your items, you can very easily get a false seal. You can get a false seal even by doing all of these things. They happen, people. That means that the seal did not happen properly from the lid, the outer rim, to the jar, okay? Here's the point. If you keep the ring on and it keeps the pressure of that lid down, you may have gotten a false seal and you won't know it. Therefore, if botulism is forming inside your jar, it's a silent killer, if you will. It's not, okay, it can kill you. I mean, you can get really sick. So instead of it popping off and showing the funky town and the mold and the grossness that you need to visually see, it's going to start growing down into the jar. You won't know it because, see, you left your lid on with a ring and it kept that pressure down on it, and so it's going to grow down in there. Second to that, if you take your cute little blackberries like I've got here and you do the same thing and you're stacking and stacking, you're still putting that pressure down on top of the lid. The same idea as keeping the pressure down, keeping the seal down. And if you happen to have something like this forming, how in the dickens are you going to know? I want to see it. I want to know. Now, this is only the second jar of all the canning that I've done over the past 6 or 7 years that I have ever had do this, okay? I encourage you all the time to look at the proper and correct ways to can. I am sorry. I do not care if you're Mamaw water bath green beans. I don't care if everybody flips stuff upside down. I understand all the things that can be done. And if you want to do that, that is your business. I do not advocate that here on my channel. I don't advocate that here at my home because you know why, guys? For 10 extra minutes, you're going to be spending a whole lot of time in the emergency room. Okay? Because you don't want to take the time to clean something a little bit extra, or to go buy an $18 water bath at Walmart, or to do all the things that you can do to ensure safety while you can. I'm just not going to advocate that, okay? So I want you to understand that, please understand that when you put your canned goods, whether it's in a harvest rack or whether it's in your pantry or wherever, I know I joked earlier about the underwear drawer, do not stack them on top of each other. Do not leave the rings on. Because if this grossness is happening secretly and in disguise in here, let it reveal itself. By not following these, you're just endangering you, your health, and your families. Not worth it. No way, no how. Hope you like this video. Hope it helps you out. I'm trying to just seize the moments when they count to help y'all. Guys, in the comments below, some of you gals especially out there that's been canning for years and years and years, I'm sure some of you will agree with some of this, some of you won't. But guys, we're trying to keep you safe. Okay, so guys, some of you particularly that I know that's in my group that are big sticklers on canning safety, this is what we were talking about. Like and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. Wow, wow, wow. We'll talk to you soon.